It seems like 50 Cent is trying to take down um, Diddy.
No, he's trying to move Diddy and Jay-Z out the way so he can run it. And the truth is, I ain't mad at him. I just don't trust him. Because the truth is, he would just be another kind of monster in another kind of way. He don't want things to change. He just want to be the one that's running it. See? Easiest thing to do is to take your enemy's feet and hold them to the fire for things you know that they won't admit. Which is why when that C&D came out, he took all of that Diddy shit down. Because of his tape. Say. I just wish, listen to me, make you no mistake about it. 50 is pure hip hop, pure MC. And he'll just like Mike Tyson. Does every time Mike Tyson stuck his ass makes him any less the killer that he is in the ring? See, and I think that's the problem that people don't understand when it comes to this hypersexuality in hip hop and masculinity. A lot of people don't realize a lot of the archetypes and everything that they built on are built around Roman soldiers, Greek soldiers who used butt breaking as a way to trauma bond with each other so that they would kill for each other on the field. You got to think about it. Real soldiers back in those days, they didn't spend a lot of time around women. Women were something that happened or something that you did to have babies with. But most of your time was spent with the men in the field. Y'all saw the movie. Did anybody see Brokeback Mountain?
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
You want to know what was the saddest thing? Being on tour buses and watching go broke back right before your very eye.
Oh, shit. Damn.
You would have never thought. And then the next thing you know, they're all watching together.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I don't trust men. I've been on too many tours. I don't trust men who sit around watching together. You're not watching the inside of these women. You're being aroused by watching. Not yours. You're programming your mind to see this as normal. Constantly seeing a bunch of around all the time. When y'all go to the bathroom as men and you're around the urinals, y'all just sitting there with your junk hanging out. Hey, guy, how you doing? My junk is out. You want to watch me piss?
Shit.
That would look strange. That would look strange. Why are these doing this shit on the road? See, it's the bonding experience. And then your real predatory people like the Diddy and them, they got somebody that's watching you on the road to see how far you're willing to go so when they bring you to the house. What they're doing to homosexuality is wrong. Because homosexuality has nothing to do with being a sodomite. It has nothing to do with none of that other stuff. It's not that at all. It's just a preference of the person that you love. It shouldn't be deciding what contracts you sign that are going to change the rest of your life, not your sexuality. Shouldn't have anything to do with any of that. So why is this so heavy? Why is this so prevalent?
Should being openly gay close doors?
No, being openly gay should just be being openly gay. It should have nothing to do with doors. And the saddest part about it is these people aren't openly gay. They're forced to stay in the closet.
What's good, y'all? This OB Media. Jaguar Wright goes crazy and she goes off Diddy. She said that Diddy is a sexual predator. He's like a sex demon because no way you're gonna get guys with BBC to bang your chick while you sit and masturbate. Something was definitely wrong with Diddy. He need to come out of the closet. So a lot of people are saying that Diddy is a closet homosexual that don't want the world to know that he's openly gay. You just need to come out and tell the world that you are gay and proud. So a lot of people been saying this for a long time, and 50 said the same thing. Diddy was always frugalicious. Something was always wrong with this dude. But it is what it is, man. You need to watch a full video. Let's get it.
Which means they're forced to do what? Live a lie. You get used to living one lie. You can live any lie. Let's be honest about Faith Evans. How does a woman with that much talent end up married to somebody like Stevie J? Really?
Proximity?
Or maybe years ago you decided to be a hip hop plant because you didn't think your light-skinned fat ass was ever going to get a real shot. And so you took that shot. You were a single mom and your back was up against the wall. Think about it from this angle. Everything we know. Ask me how much different Faith life, her whole life look, career look. Diddy told her he was going to kill Biggie. She knew it was going to happen. She was purposefully not by her husband's side that night. It happened, and she was told she had to lie about it. And guess what? That lie held up until that boy turned 18. And he started having ideas of what he wanted to do with what he inherited. Because the paperwork was set up for Faith to not be able to receive $1 from Biggie's estate unless it was for little Christopher. And she only had one child with Christopher. The other children who required taking care of and feeding and all of that, all of them couldn't be fed off of Christopher Wallace's money. They weren't his kids. See how that works?
Right. I wonder what Gene Deal would say about this. He was right there too, right?
I mean, you heard what Gene said. He really never had much contact with Faith.
Oh, yeah.
And the little bit of contact that he had with her, he was surprised as well. You heard him say it. It didn't make any sense. Her and Biggie.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense to anyone. It shouldn't have made any sense to them because they were married in 10 days. It's funny, when you ask Faith how long her and Biggie was together before they got married, the story changes every time. It was 10 days, it was 20 days, it was this days, it was that days. My second marriage, I told y'all, I got married after 21 days. Has that ever changed? Y'all talk to me and my second husband separately. Did the story ever change? Why does hers? All the time. It was this, it was that, it was this, it was that. I'm not saying that she didn't develop feelings for him. I'm not saying that she didn't care about the father of her son. I'm saying she was hired for one job. Her being involved with Pac in the midst of all of that. But she didn't know Pac was Pac. I mean, come on. None of this shit makes sense. What really does make sense is that Diddy has had a long career of using to trap into making them do what he wants to do or using them to move them out the way. How is Faith Evans any different than Lauren London? How? No difference at all. Struggling artists trying to make their way up, not getting the break that they needed. All of a sudden they stand next to the right guy and then now you know that guy is dead and they're okay for life.
Right.
You know how many people in the business that happens to? Let's look at Khalees. What makes her any different than Lauren London or Faith? I got a better one for you. Camille Cosby. Do you know what? You know she's part white.
Yeah.
She's a Rothschild. The Luciferian mother that co-own YouTube, that are friends with the monster, Leora Cohen, that mentored and backs Jay-Z. Camille is a Rothschild. Y'all didn't know that, did you? It's funny nobody wants to seem to admit it. Or the oil that was supposed to have been under that property that was sold through a private this or a private that and so on and so on and so forth. Did Bill Cosby marry the love of his life, or did he marry an industry plant? Other question. Everyone knows Bill Cosby is a villain now, but does anybody know whether or not he was a victim?
Ooh.
Because butt breaking has been around for a long time.
He's like the only black celebrity to get like, he was so big. And how did they just choose him randomly?
He was huge, just like Will Smith out of nowhere. You want to know what's funny? Him and Sidney Poitier, those movies, they were only supposed to get one, and they ended up getting a few. Picture this. Hypothetically, Sidney Poitier ain't one that had to do the deed. So he let old Bill get drugged so they could get that budget. Don't forget, the tunnels from Diddy's house led to Hugh Hefner's house. That naked pool was down there long before Diddy was able to buy a home. It was Hugh Hefner's house where most of the offenses that the women accused Bill Cosby of took place. At the Playboy Mansion. And everybody know Hugh Hefner was filming, had cameras in the wall. I don't know. Did anybody ever ask whether or not Bill Cosby had a freak off tape?
Man.
Next thing you know, his son is dying. Next thing you know, all kinds of weird things keep on happening. All of that fame, all of that success. If they really wanted to take him down with all of this, they should have did it in the late 80s or the early 90s when he was at his most potent. That's what they did with Kobe. They dug that white girl up after he in her ass, which he doesn't remember and is not quite sure about because there was drugs and alcohol involved. See, this is the thing. All this drugging is going on, all this alcohol is going on. Is anybody asking about the cognizance of the people during the midst of some of their crimes? Because see, I know a rapper for a fact who suffers from alcoholism, and I love him very much. And somebody approached me about him having a 7-year-old girl. And it was the first time I said, I have to plead the fifth. Because it's true. You know what else is also true? I know he was drunk out of his mind and high out of his mind when they sent that there. He had no idea what he was doing. Everyone that knows him knows he gets blackout drunk. He wouldn't have known whether or not that girl was 23. And guess what? This girl was used by more than one rapper. These and got this little big body to run around and a bunch of grown men lying about her age so that they could have something to set them up with. Now, what's really sad about it is Snoop Dogg has access to that tape. The question is which member of Dog Pound is he holding that over? Because he's holding it over one of them for sure.
Damn.
I tell you one thing. If I ain't want nobody to dime me out for helping set up Tupac to get killed, having somebody on tape committing statutory, and there's nothing they can say about it or do about it. Or the fact that that person has been an alcoholic so long, maybe nobody realized the reason why is because he's trying to kill himself. the PTSD that comes along with hip hop. All of them.
Speaking of PTSD, Suki Hana is regretting getting her face tattoos and her ass tattoos. What do you think about that now? Like, you get a tattoo, now you're just regretting it.
Well, what I'll say is this. I didn't get my first tattoo until I was 32 years old.
Why so
Not
long?
because I was a punk, but because I told myself I wouldn't be mature enough to put something that I would want on my body for the rest of my life until that time. Actually, it was, I won't get a tattoo until I'm actually smart enough to choose something that I want to carry through my journey, or until I know I never have to commit a crime, like never rob a bank or anything like that, because I didn't want to have any identifiable. I did a lot of shit when I was a kid, I'm not gonna lie. No tattoos was really good for my freedom.
There you go. No, for real. We can't identify.
But now, as you see, I have my tattoos, and once I was convinced that I was never going to have to rob a bank, I started getting my tattoos. And
Any regrets?
no,
There you go.
no, not even this, because once upon a time, this used to say GLJ, Gerald Lahoskin Johnson. This was my wedding band. And now it says GOD, because that's who I actually married. And that's the only husband that was ever faithful to me.
Come on.
Everything can become something new. So if you got a bunch of shit on your face or a bunch of shit on your ass and you did it just to make people say that you was hot, or make a guy say, I like your tattoo better than her tattoo on her ass, or like, if you did shit like that, then you know what I say? I say, who gives a that you don't like it? It's you. Learn to like it. The only reason you don't like it is because it didn't have meaning when you put it on you.
Hey, come on now.
Every tattoo on my body, everywhere they are, they all mean something.
There you go.
Actually, my tattoos are more like a roadmap. Even the ones in Hebrew.
That's right.
You gotta know what your journey means before you start labeling it.
That's facts. No, speak it, because it could go the other way.
Yeah. You know, if I got a tattoo on my body for every guy that I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with, I would have a bunch of roses and zebras and lions all over my body trying to cover that shit up.
Oh, wow. Cool.
You want to know the dopest thing about turning this into the appropriate wedding band? Is that I got it done a month before I met him, and he never knows this is anything other than God.
Hey.
Everything evolves. I don't know. I just think these kids do a lot of stupid shit. And I think they get encouraged to do a lot of stupid shit. And I think their parents did a lot of stupid shit. And I think stupid is as stupid does. And I think everybody wants to be a victim, but nobody wants to have the courage to be a hero anymore. Like, come on, this country just victim. They're going to pack us up real fast. We a bunch of out here for real.
People like to listen to the victims.
I mean, you want to listen to a victim, but you also want to hear a victor.
Yeah, true.
Like right now, this whole politics shit is kind of, it's annoying me. Now that they've started the circus up.
The circus has started.
It's getting so, I don't know, it's just starting to piss me off.
Damn.
And I never thought that I would ever get to the point where I would sympathize with Donald Trump.
Damn.
But Trump really has my sympathy right now. Because for the first time, he really is telling the truth and nobody's listening. He's the little boy that cried politics.
Right.
You know?
Did you watch any of the Democratic National Convention? I believe Lil Jon came out from the window to the wall to the sweat dropped
And
down.
that's exactly what's going to happen when we get invaded from the windows to the wall.
And this interview was interesting, man. Jaguar Wright goes in on Diddy, Bill Cosby, all of the industry conspiracies. Man, she been telling the truth for so long, and a lot of people did not believe. Since Diddy got indicted and that lawsuit came out about Jay-Z, everyone was saying, man, Jaguar was right. She know what she was saying. But a lot of people like to label her crazy. But we needed to hold Diddy accountable. And she's saying that fate heavens got something to do with Biggie Smalls getting killed. Because why would you not be around your husband when he's celebrating and he's keeping a party? That was just wild to me. So a lot of people are saying that Diddy got Biggie killed because he wants his publishing. And Biggie was planning to leave Bad Boy and start his own record label. So Clive Davis was very angry about that situation because he was the one that was funding Bad Boy and paying for all of the videos, all of the artists. He was paying big bucks. So understand that he was so upset when he got to realize that he's gonna lose his number one artist. So they have to do something about that situation. So they get him killed. So that was just some wild shit for me. So we need to hold these people accountable. And no one expect that Clive Davis would have lived so long. That was just wild. They always said that the evil people always stay in earth the longest. But I don't know what is going to happen for the diddler, but all of these bullshit that he has done. And she also talked about Bill Cosby, because Bill Cosby was charged for RICO and all type of different allegations. This ninja was a monster. He was a billionaire in this industry. So all of this shit that is going on, it been going on all of these years. UFN's house, the Playboy Mansion, all type of poly relationship, all type of freaky shit was going on for so long, and it was on tape. So a lot of people are saying that Diddy was doing the same thing because he learned from these type of people. So he think that it was normal what he was doing, but we had to do something about it. Because no way you could be doing all of these crazy shit and no one was gonna do shit about it. And no one was telling Diddy that he was wrong. Man, that was just crazy. So anyone that is defending Diddy, they're even worse than Diddy. So they're saying that 50 Cent is trying to move Diddy and Jay-Z out of the way so that he can be the king of New York, so that he can take over the industry. But Jaguar Wright is saying that 50 Cent is pure hip-hop. He is hip-hop. He's always on that gangster shit. So a lot of people are saying that 50 is a real gangster in real life. But I don't believe that Diddy is going to be able to stop 50 from getting the king of New York. Because at this point, his best friend Jay-Z is whack. A lot of people ain't rocking with Jay-Z. They've been saying that he was a sellout. So let's see what is going to happen. But Curtis, I'm giving him the king of New York right now. He need to get that shit. But it is what it is, man. It's OB Media. Have a blessed day.
Diddy is not a freak, okay? The people who worked with Diddy were not freaks. They were not having a freak off. These people were monsters, vile predators doing something that should be unspeakable, unthinkable. You don't get charges for racketeering, assault, trafficking, just because you're a little freaky, just because you like to do adult things in an adult way. You get those charges because you're doing something heinous. In his 14-page indictment, people are caught up on how much baby oil was confiscated from his property. What people aren't talking about was the amount of IV drips that were confiscated from the property, because he was assaulting these people, these women, to the point of dehydration. He was drugging and assaulting them to the point of medical dehydration. That's not freaky. That's evil. That is violent. That is so degrading and debasing to other human beings. And it wasn't just him. He couldn't pull this off by himself. Do you know how many people had to be in on this for it to go on for as long as it has? Do you get that? Do we understand that? We talk about it all the time when these powerful men come down, their enterprises come down, that it's something they can't do alone. They're not doing this by themselves. Hear the jokes and the memes now, talking about the baby oil, ha ha ha, no Diddy, none of that. Put a pin in it. Because what happened here is disgusting, it is vile, it is violent, and we need to start treating these actions and these men as such, instead of always trying to make them into a